Hello everyone, my name is Nuvola and welcome to another video. This week's video is the Enderman XP farm. It will get you from level 1 to level 30 within 1.5 minutes, making this one of the most efficient experience farms out there. It works on both Java and Bedrock edition, and you can find the material list in the description below. Let me walk you through it. Let's go! When you're done building this farm, and this will be very painful to do in survival, I will already warn you about that right now. You will have to walk up into the farm right here, and all you need to do is swing at the Endermen, which are in the middle and should not be able to hit you. Although you do want to be a little bit careful, because in these corners you can get hit. But look at all this XP that's gathering around you. You can spend that XP at the back right here in the enchantment setup, and here on the other side we collect all of the ender pearls that drop from the Enderman. And because you will get a lot of them, we've got a system right here that drops off all of the ender pearls you don't need into the void to destroy them forever. It actually works very simple by attracting the Enderman on a spawning platform up above towards an Endermite, and they drop down into the killing chamber below, where they will need only one hit to kill them off. Anyway, without further ado, let's start building this. Let's go! Okay, so what you want to do is you want to get to the side of the end island where you've beaten the dragon. And what's this? Hello sir, please leave me alone. Drop down a bucket of lava at the side of the island and let it run all the way down to Y0. Once you're confident that the lava is all the way down there, you can place a bucket of water next to the lava source, and it will turn the lava column into cobblestone all the way down to Y level 0. A very tricky part is now to go down the water column, because what you want to do is you want to create a platform out of leaves at Y level 0. Make sure that you don't fall into the void, because you will die. Once you've created yourself a platform out of leaves, and we are using leaves because Endermen cannot spawn on top of leaves, place down a torch and create a ladder all the way up to the top. Now that we've got a safe way up and down, we are going to bridge out 128 blocks using leaves from this platform away from the end island. So that's 2 full stacks of leaves. You can press the F3 button to see where you are, and as you can see on my screen, I started at -102 on the Z coordinate, so I need to end at the -230. When you are here, I recommend that you build a platform out of leaf blocks with a circumference of at least 35 blocks. This can act as a fail-safe for while you're building the farm, because building over the void the entire time gives me a lot of anxiety, and I can imagine that it does for you as well. In addition, I recommend that you either have an elytra or have feather falling 4 on your boots, and you can also use slow falling potions, just to make sure that you don't fall down into the void. Once you've built this platform, find the middle and build up about 10 blocks. Then place down an endstone block and make another circle with a circumference of 15 blocks. This is the base of your farm. You can use a bucket of water to get down and up quite quickly. And now we are going to make this look as if it's an outer end island by randomly placing a number of blocks on the side downwards like this. You also want to create a second layer 1 block inwards, which reaches slightly lower than the one on the outside. This gives it a little bit of depth. Grab diorite blocks and make another circle on top of the endstone. We're starting at the front, so you want to make some space for a door. Now at the back side, do note that the diorite has a little bit of a different shape for the enchantment setup that we are going to build later on. In the end, it should look like this. Now make your way to the middle of this platform and place down 9 hoppers facing towards one of the sides. I've chosen the right side. Make sure that they all feed into each other. Place 3 double chests in front of these hoppers and then make your way down and place 3 droppers in front of these double chests. Face hoppers into these droppers at the back so that the double chests feed into the droppers. You now want to place an observer clock right next to it. They should face into each other and you should start hearing a click. Now move back up, remove the 3 blocks in front of the double chests, place a lever down here and 3 redstone dust on top of the droppers. Now when you flip the lever, the clicking should stop and the system that's basically your trash can is done. Grab some purple carpets and place these on top of the hoppers. This will make sure that no experience dropped by the Enderman gets stuck within the hoppers. Now place down some temporary blocks in the corner right here and place a ring out of purple glass blocks around these purple carpets. There should be a gap of 2 blocks underneath the purple glass so that you can walk underneath. In the end, you should have 12 purple glass blocks per ring, and what we are going to do is build up 20 of these rings. And between every 2 rings, we want 1 air block. So in total we need 20 rings and you should end up 42 blocks higher than the carpets on top of the hoppers down below. I hope this makes sense. Afterwards you can delete all temporary blocks, or you can leave 1 column and use some ladders or a water bucket to get up and down. Next up, at the top of this tower, we are going to create the spawning platform. I am using diorite blocks, but you can use a mix out of diorite, calcite, white wool and white concrete if you like. The diameter of this platform is 31 blocks, and be aware that while you're building this platform, Endermen will start spawning, so be sure not to look them in the eyes or they will attack you. Now, before we are going to get the farm up and running, we need to work below a little bit, because we need to make sure that the Enderman cannot reach us when we are operating the farm. For this we are going to create the killing chamber, which is 2 blocks high. The roof will be on the 3rd block, because an Enderman is 3 blocks tall and therefore won't be able to teleport underneath this ceiling, meaning that you're safe whilst operating the farm. After that, grab your purple glass again and create a ring of 3 blocks wide around the end island, giving you a little bit more space to work with. Replace the row next to the killing chamber with purple wool and place down carpets on top of it, making sure that it is spawn proofed against Endermen. Underneath this platform, you can place down some end rods to light it up a little bit. Place down a door. I've chosen a crimson door to enter your farm. Move inside and place down purple carpet or mix it up with some black carpet, for example, all around the killing room. You can even place it on top of the redstone dust, covering up the trash can. You can also place down some diorite slabs around the hoppers to close in the Enderman and mark out the killing area. The inside is now pretty much done. This means that we can work on the stem of the, let's say, mushroom. In the video I am only using diorite blocks, but I highly recommend that you use a mix out of diorite, polished diorite, white wool, calcite and/or white concrete. You want to create a huge pillar surrounding the tube going upwards. You can do this by working your way from the inside towards the outside, lowering the level each block you move outwards. You want to do this a little bit chaotically, as you can see me doing on screen right now. Now do make sure that whenever you have reached the top of one pillar, you place down a white carpet on top, because the white carpet makes sure that no Enderman will spawn on top of this block, and all Endermen should eventually spawn on top of the spawning platform. Once you're done, we are going to work on the top half of this tube, and this one is going to be very difficult to do in survival mode, I think. But you basically want to do the same process, just flip it 180 degrees upside down, and of course you don't need the white carpets on top. Once you're happy with the top half of the stem, place an extra row of blocks along the side of the platform. This gives it a little bit more body, let's say. Finally, it's time to get this farm going, shall we? Move up on top of the spawning platform and place down trapdoors in each corner of the hole. Then pillar up 3 blocks in the middle of this hole using some temporary blocks, and on the 4th level place down an iron bar. Now do watch out, because these Endermen are able to pick up some of these blocks, and that can be quite annoying. Now if you don't want to build this with all of these Endermen around, you can place down torches all over the platform, move back to the end island real quick, and then come back. All of the Endermen should have despawned, and no new Endermen should spawn until you delete the torches. In the end, I just decided to, well, work with them around, because I get lonely sometimes. Move on top of the iron bar and place down some temporary blocks surrounding this iron bar. Place down a carpet on top of the iron bar and surround that with some temporary blocks as well. Place down a temporary block on top of the carpet and make a little area surrounding this central dirt block. Make that area 2 blocks high. Next up, place a rail in the middle of these 3 blocks, so it should be on top of the purple carpet. Place a minecart on top of it. We are now going to create an Endermite, and we need to give it a name so that it doesn't despawn. Once you've got your name tag and some ender pearls, start using your ender pearls to move from one side of the room to the other side until an Endermite spawns. Now, when the Endermite spawns, it might attack you, so you might want to be quick and give it your name tag. And afterwards, you want to get it inside of the minecart. There we go. Push that into the middle. That's easier if you place the rail in this direction. There we go. Minecart is secured. Now you can delete all of the temporary blocks. And once you delete the block below the minecart, it should fall down on top of the carpet. If you delete all of the other blocks, your farm is now pretty much functional, because now all of the endermen should be attracted towards the endermite and fall down the hole in the middle. They should not be able to reach the endermite. And all the endermen should end up right here, one hit away from certain death. Time for the final part of the farm, decorating the spawning platform. Create a ring out of glass around the spawning platform downwards. And make sure that each column is slightly longer or shorter than the previous one. Do this all around the build. Then, and this is I think the most tedious part of this build, grab some purple glass panes and hang these from these glass blocks. And at the end, place an end rod facing downwards. This gives it a very cool effect, but it is a pain to build it, definitely in survival. Good luck on this one. The final step is to create a purple dome around the spawning platform. Start by placing purple concrete 4 blocks high around the platform on top of these purple glass blocks. You can change some of the purple concrete by purple wool or purple glazed terracotta, for example. You want to make your way inwards 1 block at a time, so create a ring with a circumference that is 1 block smaller than the ring beforehand and make a huge round platform on top. Now, when you're building this, place purple carpets straight away on top of each block, because otherwise endermen are going to spawn and it is going to be very annoying. Some final details are to use some different kind of blocks like calcite or white wool around the side of the build to break up the pattern a little bit, and you can use some extra end rods at the stem to light this up as well. Now, I've mentioned a couple times before that you should mix up the diorite with different blocks, as you can see me doing here. I really hope that you've done that before I'm doing it, because in survival you don't want to do this all over again after you've built it. Finally, we still need to create our enchantment setup, which you can do at the back right here by placing 15 bookcases, an enchantment table of course, a grindstone and an anvil. You can place some double chests to hold your gear at the sides, and that's basically it. All you need to do now is grab yourself a sword with at least a sweeping edge 3 enchantment on it and start hacking away on these endermen. Now, whilst testing it, I got 30 levels in 2 minutes and 20 seconds. I've sped it up here, but trust me, it's 2 minutes and 20 seconds. After a while, it doesn't spawn a lot of endermen anymore, and that is because of the leaf platform down below. So you want to delete this and create an alternate path towards your farm. Now, after deleting the leaf platform down below, it only took me 1 minute and 12 seconds to get from level 1 to level 30. So this is a huge improvement. Now, as mentioned, you will get a lot of ender pearls from this farm, and at a certain point they will stack up and don't get picked up by the hoppers anymore. To get rid of those, just flip the lever and you should start deleting these ender pearls from your world. And that's it, people. Well done. This is probably the best looking farm I've built thus far. It's also the most tedious one to build, I think. I hope you enjoy. Leave a like if you did. If you have any questions, ask them in the comments down below. And if you want to see more of these kind of videos, consider subscribing. Have a great day and see you in the next one. Cheers!